I'm about to enter Home Safe Living and confront them about the fact that they're sabotaging my wheelchair and they're refusing to service it. So we're in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. Yeah, I see it. Thanks, Matt. Take care. They're probably going to have to call the cops on me because they're refusing. There you go. Yeah, I don't even know if I can get in. I should be able to get in. They don't even have a power door.
That's the sign over there.
Yeah. Home Safe Living. May as well get a picture of that. Yeah, man. These guys are a bunch of criminals. But I don't want them to know. I need to get in there. So it's probably this door that I have to go through, but there's no power door. I'm pretty good at driving this thing. I'm trying to get a place to put tires on my wheelchair, right? That door's pretty heavy. That's one door. Oh, thank you.
Here. Not too accessible.
Okay, just a second. No, it's like that everywhere. And that place services wheelchairs, and they don't even have an accessible entrance.
Real.
Yeah. Wow, that's tough.
Pull the other one out.
Just a second. There we go. This is not going to be good because these guys aren't expecting me. They'll have to call the police.
I'll get out of your way.
Thank you.
They really work out here. They work on all the scooters and that.
Hello.
Here, you lost your bag here.
Oh, my mirror fell off.
Oh, here's another red place here. Do you work on them here?
Watch the mirror, it's going to fall down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they work on wheelchairs.
Local scooters. They do scooters here too?
Yep. Well, sometimes we have part-time when you're looking for
What do I need? I need a brake assembly for a shop rider. I started from the top door. I did 15 or 20 in the scooter. I don't really need anything right now anyway. I'll go ahead and do it.
I can't put this back on. It fell off. It came off when I went through the door because you don't have power doors here.
You caught your car over there.
Yeah, I'll have to fix it when I get home.
Okay. I didn't know there was a scooter shop up this way.
Are you Ron?
No, I'm not.
Is Ron here? Thank you.
Okay, we'll see you later.
See you later, man.
I'll see you later, bye, okay?
Yeah. Oh, I've met you before.
Yeah, you sure have.
Where did I meet you?
Well, we worked on your chair.
No, I mean, I've met you out in the streets or somewhere else. Not anything to do with your business.
Well, I can't say about that, but
I go to a lot. I record all the public events, everything. I've been doing it for years. So I got a question for you. You said I brought it on to myself that you've been doing shoddy work on my chair and I was refusing to service it. You blacklisted me amongst other shops, so nobody's answering my phone calls. So how did I bring that on myself? I'd like for you to explain that.
Actually, Daniel, what you're saying is not. So we call nobody. We no. Well,
okay, that's fine.
We haven't called anyway.
It's a small town, right? People talk. So I said to you the last time that I talked to you guys, I asked him to come over and look at what the chair was doing, and he never wrote anything on the bill, never serviced it, and You're blaming that on me, and the chair still isn't fixed. My armrest is busted. When people walk by me, they're hooking their arms on there and it's ripping their skin open. That's a sharp edge.
I'm not actually blaming anything. I'm just saying we're not interested in being involved in a situation where every time we talk to you, you put the actually I'm not even gonna have this conversation. You put it on, you record, you upload. Like, we're just not interested in doing this.
Right.
I had this discussion with George, the technician, and he said, look, and with the guy that you work with community service, I said, look, we'll service the chair, but we're not going to be doing this every day, having people call up and
you're going to see a lot of legislation coming pretty soon where it's going to license your shops and you're going to have qualified, trained people to do the work.
And that's fine.
No, I'm going to do all that, but
That's great.
so you're denying me service, but you're not telling me why still. Why are you denying me service?
Denying you service. I haven't heard from you in 3 months.
Right,
4 months.
right.
Like, what is it?
They were supposed to put my armrest on there like a year ago, right?
Well, the other part about that is...
And I've had to replace my tires with used ones, and I got mechanics to put them on for me. And you knew I needed tires a long time ago. I asked you guys about that. But anyway, you're not servicing my wheelchair. You're refusing to do it. You're telling me we're not getting involved. You just said it yourself. We're not getting involved in any more of this.
No, we're not getting
and,
involved in that part of it.
Well, the foot pedals falling off constantly and smashing into the ground, the chair shaking out of control. When you handed me the chair brand new, when you brought it to my building, it was going backwards. When I tested it at home at Nova Scotia Rehab, when the chair was brought over, the right motor was making a bunch of noise. That motor's still doing it. You've serviced it 3 times, okay? I can't keep tires on here for more than 24 hours of driving before they go bald because the motors aren't working properly. There's all kinds of play in this chair, okay?
Of course it's a suspension chair. Look, I'll tell you what. Why don't you do this? You have my email. You put your list together. All right. We'll take this up again.
If I write it up in email for you, okay? Because last time what went wrong is that I trusted the guy. He came over, he looked at what the chair was doing, and he never fixed anything. That's what got me upset because I found out later what happened. This tire, when he put the tires on the last time, he only put 5 pounds of air in this one, which I never knew because I can't see the tires when I'm driving, okay? So I found out later this tire was at 5 and that one was at 30. So what was happening was why I was having the steering problems with the wheelchair. It was at 5 pounds. Well, anyway, I asked him one time, the last time he came over to my home, I asked him, can you check the tire pressure in my tires? And he never did. He never did. The thing is that I'm not stupid. I was a mechanic. I own my own shops. I'm qualified to testify in court, right?
What I'm asking you to do is I'm asking you to send us your list. Okay,
if you're willing to do it in writing that way, and if you're supervising it, there won't be any problems. Because I can't deal with Francois anymore. It's not you that I had a problem with. I can understand people making mistakes. I'm not worried about that. We're all human beings. And wheelchairs, all of them are different, just like cars. I was a mechanic for a good part of my life. And I didn't give anybody a hard time that worked for me. I do talk loud because I don't breathe well. And I have to understand. I told you guys that before when I met you, okay, is I was run over by a car. My whole rib cage is broken. When I talk, I have to breathe, and I'm talking aggressive, but I'm not being aggressive. I have to breathe aggressive to be able to speak. That's why you hear me sounding like that. And a lot of people think that I'm yelling at them or I'm being rude, but I always tell everyone, listen to what I'm saying and not the way it sounds, then you'll understand what I'm saying.
Okay. Well, I don't...
Look, I don't mind doing business with you. I don't dislike you, but I'm not an idiot, and I do like professional work. So right now, I can send you an email. The armrest, the guy said he was ordering it for me, and the one he showed me that he emailed to me didn't have a base on it. And I said, how are you going to attach that to my wheelchair? He wouldn't explain to me. So what we came up with was that you'd have to take the rubber off this one and use the same steel that's underneath here and attach it to the other one. So that never got fixed. But I'm not kidding you. When people are walking by me when I'm parked somewhere, okay, and this has happened, okay, and it really doesn't feel very good to know that my wheelchair is hurting people. The corner right here is sharp steel, right there. See that? People are hooking on that when they're walking by me when I'm not moving. Well, that's really dangerous. I had a woman the other day almost fall over. Her purse got caught on it, and she was freaking out, and it was ripping her purse. That's what the armrest is doing to people.
All right. Well, here's what I would recommend you do. I wouldn't spend a lot of time on it. You'd make a point form.
I will do that for you.
Chair. And there are some of those things that we already have funding for, some of the things, whatever it is.
Well, very soon I'm going to be paying everything myself because my lawsuit and my lawyers now has reached $350,000, okay? It's going to go even higher if I wanted to, okay? I can get up to $1 million. So I'm not too worried about that, okay? So I'm looking to buy a new chair, okay? I already found the ones that I want, which is Magic Mobility, which run around $50,000, Okay, there's 2 versions, and I'm probably going to buy both of them because I do videos and stuff, and I'm very active. So I need the mobile one. But the one that has 4-wheel drive with independent suspension, which is somewhat like a scooter, but that's 4 motors. When you turn this, the wheel turns, but it's got motor. So that one there, that's for trails, which is what I do. So I figured, well, that's $100,000. If I buy both the chairs, they're going to have all the options on them. I know what they're going to cost. I already priced them. So that's like $100,000 for 2 chairs. But they'll last me the rest of my life. I don't mind doing business with you. I really am going to buy the brand new chairs. And they want to send them to me. And I already talked to the manufacturer. Remember my breathing. It's not because I'm being aggressive. I just don't breathe well, okay? Please understand that. You'll hear it get louder and faster because I can't breathe well. So I talked to the guys in the USA that make the chairs. They said, yeah, they'll do it for me, and they're fantastic chairs. They're really sophisticated. And I looked at the way they're engineered and the way they have the thing for your weight, size, height. They have every kind of thing you can imagine. They even have a heated seat, okay? They have everything I need. Because I'm outdoors and doing nature trails and doing photo shoots, and I do a lot of stuff. I do have jobs waiting for me. And what kept me from working is I didn't have the ability to get there. That's the only thing that stopped me. I have offers of even in Vancouver. I have an offer of a really lucrative job being a manager of a big photo studio that does all the stars. This is for real. I have a lot of offers, okay? When I became disabled, I got messed up. My whole life got messed up. I was doing videos for bands. I was going to be their private photographer. I was going to travel with them all over the world. That was already set up. That's what I was doing. Right? So don't mind me. I don't mean... I'll write up what's going on with this chair. My condition, okay, I don't wear the neck brace when I'm not in a chair. Everything, my spine's got a lot of injuries. When I walk in my home, it's very slow and calculated. The floor is padded. I can't bounce. I can't stop. I can't do anything. But people see me walking when they visit me, and they think I'm not disabled. Believe me, it's a miracle I'm alive.
No, I'm not making any judgment, but I am telling you that I'm late for someone says this chair, so I'm going to have to go. So you have my email.
Hank, everything is good. Okay, everything's good. I will do it in writing with you from now on so that you'll have to supervise because I don't know if Francois is still working here, but, you know, he lied to everybody. And that's what got me upset. Okay. And you must have trusted him because you didn't believe me when I said I didn't do anything. I just asked him to fix my chair and it never got fixed. The 3rd gear, okay, is the one I arrive in outside. When I'm in 3rd gear, if I try to go slow in 3rd gear, the chair is pulsing me back and forth. Really bad, okay? So with my condition, that's really, really painful. So I can't drive this chair in any gear that I have full control over it. When I'm in carpeting like this, when I'm in my apartment building, I'm trying to back into the elevator and stuff like that. When the casters aren't aiming exactly where they need to be, the chair lurches at full speed.
Well, you know what?
That's because the speed was turned.
Well, it's partly because of the speed.
Well, I talked to the guy in that makes this chair, the tech at their head office, right? And they sent me the manual for the chair. I read through it about the programming. It's very complicated, very sophisticated, but it does have a big difference between torque and speed. And the speed was the chair's speed was turned up instead of the torque. So when I'm trying to back up around with the casters, there's not enough torque to overcome the fact the caster isn't pointing in the right direction. So when the caster starts turning, the chair takes off at full speed. And it's dangerous. I mean, it's smashing into walls and hitting people. But the torque adjustment is in there to prevent that. And the manufacturer told me, your chair should have never been programmed like that. They wanted me to ship it back to them to Ontario. I still have that option. I mean, I'm going to buy 2 new chairs. But if this chair was, the programming was a bit more finesse, it's not that I'm trying to be picky, it's because my condition is so fragile, I'm in so much pain all day long, and I'm trying to have a life. I needed a chair that doesn't jolt me around, which is why they bought one with suspension on it, because they know my condition. But what got me upset from the very beginning, which had nothing to do with you, is what Mark Burley told me about my other chair when I got it. It had those brushless motors, and they're fantastic motors. No noise, instant response, they're the best motors ever. For photography, they were beautiful. But when I got that chair, this is for real. Mark Burley told me this, okay? I was having problems stopping the chair at intersections on slopes. It kept sliding onto streets. And it wasn't doing that when I first got it. So I was telling the guys at Lawton's that the chair is rolling away on me all the time. They kept telling me, and then they said I needed new motors. And I thought, well, it wasn't doing that when I first got it. And all of a sudden, a week later or a month later, it's doing it. You know what Mark Burley told me to happen? I described what was going on. He was kind of puzzled. He brought the controller over, the thing over, he put it in the chair, and he looked at me with a horrific look on his face. And I wasn't familiar with wheelchairs at the time. And he looks up at me and he says, someone turned down your brakes to 15%. And I found out why. Because they were lying to everybody. The chair motors were under warranty. They weren't telling anybody that. They told me I needed both motors when I didn't need them. They were going to cash in thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of work they were never going to do, and all they would do is just turn the computer back up. That's exactly what I caught them doing. So when yes, for real, the police were involved. I have the record of this, and the guy that works at occupational therapy, Mark Burley, is the one that told me they turned down. He's the one that had to fix the setting in there so my chair wasn't dangerous to drive anymore. So when that happened to me, I thought, oh my God. I went, this is like criminal. But when I was a mechanic, if I tampered with someone's car and I tampered with their brakes to make more money, you go to prison for doing that. And you're doing it to wheelchairs?
Okay, Daniel.
So now you know why I came with a chip when I met you guys, because what I had just saw and happened to me absolutely scared the death out of me to think that there's actually these kind of things going on. If I send you emails right now...
Those things don't go on here, so...
Hank, yeah. Right now... look, let me show you something. I'm going to leave very soon. I know you want to work.
Well,
look what I have right here. See that? Right? You know what I have in my knapsack? I have 2 more tires. I have a place that I've been getting them used. I need tires, and I need them right away, and no one wants to put... These are completely bald, worn out, and really dangerous. And I don't have to get out of the chair to do it, because the guy at the garage station did it. They just lift it up, I make sure the casters are turned, and it took them like 10 minutes each side to replace them. Can you put tires on this chair? I have the tires.
We can't put them on now.
No.
We don't have any technicians.
No. Okay, can we get that done really quick? Because I'm afraid to drive around now with this. The tires are completely bald and the chair is sliding everywhere. Even on the bus, I can't park anymore because it's slipping everywhere.
Information. I mean, I have to work through the system. I can't.
Well, yeah, that's fine. But soon I'll be paying everything myself anyway.
That'll be fine.
I could have settled for $200,000. I said no, and I told them if I go to court, I'll get $1 million. They know that, so they're trying to settle with at $350,000 right now, and I'm thinking on it. Because I told them what the wheelchairs cost. The real problem in my life is I don't have accessibility. I don't have transportation. I had my own businesses before, cars, trucks, everything. If I had a vehicle that I could drive around in and get out of my wheelchair, I would be making a good living. That's why I'm not working. And the insurance company, they don't want me in court because they should have paid this out to me 5 years ago. So they know they can't win in court. So,
right. Well, I'm sorry to have to...
Should I wait Hank? Should I wait for you to contact me when you can pick up my chair to put tires on it? Sorry. Should I just wait for you guys to call me to put tires on it?
Yeah.
All right.
We have to go back through again. We have to go back through the system and get the...
Oh yeah, I'm not. Yeah, that's technicalities. Whatever it takes. Is I don't go out too much when the weather's cold anyway, and I'm getting ready for winter right now. So in winter I don't go out at all. I just go out to my grocery store and that's it. Hank?
Yeah. Just.
You know what? When I saw your face, I remembered you, but over the phone, I didn't know who you were. But I remember you from before, and I know you're a good human being.
Well,
I've always known that.
We spend enough time together.
But I've always known that about you. But the thing is that I can understand when people see me walking around and think there's nothing wrong with me. But right now, my mouth is all dried out. I mean, I can't sit here and tell you all my injuries. I don't have a large intestine. Not having an intestine, I can't stay hydrated. Not only can I not stay hydrated, I can't process my food. I can't have no reservation of energy in my body because that's what your intestine does. I don't have an intestine. So my life is like this all day long. I go through all kinds of stress and pain and suffering you can't imagine. And I work really, really hard, and I'm always nice to people. And what's been happening with me with this chair, if you knew how much pain it was causing me when the chair wasn't working right, you'd understand why I'm really upset. And I mean, I didn't talk to you guys for quite a while. I got used tires. The armrest never got fixed. The motor now is whining just as loud as it did when you serviced it before. And the motors aren't working together because when I go down a hill, I'm constantly having a wheel lock up. Then the chair slides and turns. It's really dangerous to drive this chair. So the motor, and this thing here, you can hear it, okay, clicks, clicks, clicks. You sit in this chair in third gear, drive it along, and try to go slow. Okay, on a smooth surface, try to go slow. And you're going to be doing this so violently you can't drive it and that's what's happening. So I can't drive it in third when I'm anywhere indoors. I can't drive it in second, it's too slow for malls. This chair, it's a nightmare to drive it around everywhere I go. And you know, I was a driver. I'm not stupid. I do know how to control a wheelchair. You guys, this chair's got the technology built into it to make it work really, really well.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have to leave.
Thanks, Hank.
Right there.
Yeah, if you can open these doors for me because I can't get through any of them. And I appreciate you taking the time. I will await a phone call to see when I can get the tires on. And the other thing that needs to be done is that armrest, because that armrest is very uncomfortable because I can't rest the back of my arm on it. And when I get the Magic Mobility, I'm getting them. They're fantastic wheelchairs. Oh, man. And I think I'm going to get both of them. I want you to be the guy working with me with those chairs. Because have you ever seen those chairs?
I'm familiar with them.
They're the most fantastic. I can't hold that chair, that door when I get this. Just a second. I'll move up so my chair can hold it. Okay, just close it onto my chair.
What's that?
Yeah, no. Let this door go onto my chair. Okay. I'll get it then. Just let it go. There you go. You go outside, please. Because if you do it that way, it won't be open wide enough. Okay. There we go. Thank you. Thank you, Hank. Hank, I will only do business with you. I will email you, and I'll only talk to you directly. So if the guys come to my place, it's just going to be to pick up and drop off the chair, and I can't do it any other way. I have to trust you. Okay, thanks.